Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to a quick channel update. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. The game in the background is once again more Civilization 6. So I thought I would do an update because there's going to be a few disruptions to the channel over the next week or two, which I didn't originally foresee, but I figured it was better to let everybody know than sort of leave things up in the air. So first of all, what can I say? Civilization 6. I am absolutely thrilled to have been able to get an early press release of this game. I was always hoping that I would, but I honestly did not think it would happen. Civilization has been one of my favourite games. You'll know if you're a regular to the channel because I've done lots of Civ 5 content. And when I heard 6 Civ was coming out, I got so excited. And I instantly got onto the press people I know at 2K and asked if I could get a copy. I honestly didn't think that I stood a chance of getting one, because these are usually reserved for YouTubers and streamers who have far larger audiences than I. Now that said, there is one YouTuber who has 20 subscribers and seems to have a copy, so no idea what's going on there. Probably works for a magazine or something. But I did have to keep begging and asking and reminding them, and eventually, about 26 hours before the NDA lifted, I actually managed to get a copy, so I'm really, really thrilled about that. I have managed to get access to games before early, but that's normally tends to be games from indie developers, and I've managed to get a hold of some AAA games early before as well, though they usually tend to be either post-release or maybe a day before public release. So to actually get access to a AAA game 3 weeks before the general public is absolutely amazing as far as I'm concerned. And I've been having a lot of fun playing it. More about that in a moment. First of all, I'd like to touch on a couple of milestones. I don't really make milestone videos. There are a lot of people that do, so every time they hit 10, 50, 100, 200 subscribers, will make a video thanking everybody. First of all, I don't usually keep my eye on the numbers that closely, so sometimes they do pass me by. But there's a couple of significant ones coming up. Now, the first one that is coming up that I thought I would hit first, as we find a city-state, is 10,000 subscribers. So this channel has been running for over 4 years now. I think it'll actually be 5 years this month. Can't believe I've been running the channel for that long, but still haven't hit 10,000 subscribers yet. It has been quite slow going when you consider the fact that in the first few months of the channel really being alive and me making Minecraft content, there were some months where I had 1,000 subscribers in a month. You know, if I carried on gaining subscribers at that pace when I was making Minecraft content, I'd have probably had something like 50,000 subscribers now. But I decided to get out of Minecraft, start moving into what I love, which is strategy. And the subscribers, and in fact the viewers, died off considerably. I also got quite close to hitting 100,000 subscribers a few months back, but then there was the great purge of YouTube, and they took about 300 and something off my subscriber count. So I'm actually recording this video on Tuesday, but it'll probably go live on Wednesday. And at the time of recording this, I've got about 9,650-ish subscribers. So it's probably going to take another couple of weeks before we actually manage to hit the full 10,000, which I think is a pretty major milestone for any channel. We're moving up from 4 digits into 5 digits, and hopefully the fact that the channel will look bigger, because obviously 10,000 is a much bigger number than 9,999, right? So obviously if the channel looks a lot bigger, I'm hoping what will happen is it will, first of all, attract more people to subscribe, and secondly, it'll also help with securing other sort of pre-release and preview and press copies, because to be quite honest, most game publishers just tend to go and look at your sub count to determine whether or not they want to give you a copy of a game. So I'm really, really excited about hitting that 10,000 subscribers. That is a number that I have been keeping my eye on for a while. And currently the number of subs that I gain has gone up quite drastically thanks to Civilization 6. So about just a few months ago, in fact, my subscriber count, I was getting 1, 2 or 3 subscribers a day. It was a really, really low number. And in fact, there were some days where I actually had a negative number of subscribers. So to actually then move up to my regular sort of 8, 9, 10 subscribers a day, that's still low by a lot of YouTubers' accounts when they get, you know, thousands a day in some cases. But I went up to about 10 subscribers a day. Since I've been doing Civilization 6 content, I have been getting...
I'm fond of pigs.
Since I've been doing Civilization 6 content, I have been getting about 300% extra sub gain. So anywhere between sort of 35 and 50 something subscribers a day. Now I'm very much hoping that that keeps up. I would have to say it's probably unlikely if I want to be realistic. The Civilization 6 hype train will eventually die off. Especially given the fact that you know, the release is only a couple of weeks away now. But I am hoping that at least some of the sub gain does keep up, because I will keep making Civilization 6 content even after release. I'm not playing Civilization 6 just for the subscribers and the views, although don't get me wrong, it's fantastic to be getting them. But I'm actually really enjoying playing this game. It's all I want to play at the moment. It is really, really fun and addictive. But as well as the subscribers going up, the views are going up as well. So I was making about 2,500 to 2,800 views per day. Since making Civilization 6 content, those views have gone up to anywhere between sort of 6,000 and about 9,500. Again, I don't envisage that that will continue permanently. It will die down as time goes on, which again is a little bit of a shame, but I'm still happy about those numbers. And what that does mean is I am likely to hit another milestone, which is probably not quite as important, but I am very, very close to hitting 2 million subscribers. So again, at the time of recording this on Tuesday, I have, I think it's 1,983,000. So probably 2 or 3 days, and I will have hit that 2 million view milestone, which again is not massive compared to some people who can hit 2 million in a single day, or even sometimes on a single video. But for me, it is a milestone, so I just thought I would mention that. So I said that there might be a few changes this week, and basically the reason for that is the disruption caused by Civilization 6. As I've just told you, this this game is having a major impact on the amount of views and subscribers I get. And while I have this early access to such a fantastic game, it would be absolutely foolish of me not to continue to make content. So normally I put out 2 videos a day. Just in general, not Civilization 6. My usual schedule is 2 videos a day, sometimes 3. So I normally have 2 or 3 series running, and I do 1 video per day for each series. And that's usually Monday to Friday. What I've been doing since Civilization 6 is my usual 3 series, and also I've been doing 2 Civilization 6 videos every day, 7 days a week. So, you know, we're talking about, I normally do 10 videos a week, and we're now talking about me doing an extra 14 videos a week. So I've more than doubled my output. I then decided that I was going to make a second Civilization 6... Oh, that's Siri waking up for some reason there. I then decided that I wanted to do a second Civilization 6 series, and because I decided to do that, that now means I'm making an extra 28 videos a week. So that's 10 videos up to 38 videos a week. So I've probably sort of overstretched myself. I thought I'd be able to manage it and get that number of videos done. But now I've actually had a look and realised just how long it's going to take me. It is going to be a struggle. So the reason I'm making this video is that I want to say I've got to prioritise this Civilization 6 content. I've got this early access, but it's only going to be for another few weeks, and then everybody's going to have a copy, and there's going to be loads of people making Civ 6 content. So what I'm going to do is prioritise that. So I'm going to carry on making the 2 series of Civilization 6. I probably won't run more than 2 at a time. And I will also carry on making my CK2 series, my Civilization 5 series, and my EU4 series. but some of them might have to go on a hiatus. Now, my Civilization 5 series is probably one of my... Let's get rid of that. My Civilization 5 series is probably one of my least watched series currently. So, as a result of that, that will probably be the first one to suffer if I don't have time to get everything recorded. If I do find myself with the time, then I will record everything. But Civilization 5, my Bollywood achievement campaign, will probably be the one that skips a week if I don't have time. The reason I've picked that one, like I said, it probably gets the least views out of all of my current series, and... You know, I figured that anyone that comes to my channel to watch Civilization 5 content is going to be quite happy watching the Civilization 6 content anyway. Man is the noblest. Let me just go and sort this out. I know what I really should have done is I really should have sort of pre-recorded this video, and then I could have talked over it afterwards, as opposed to having to talk while I'm playing, because I keep losing my my train of thought. So... yeah, so that's the first thing to remember. Civilization 5 will probably go on hiatus. There's only about 5 videos, I think. I haven't recorded the last videos yet, but I think I'm actually quite close to finishing that campaign. So it'll probably only take me one more week to actually get that done. Did we not? Did this not work? Did I not click the actual button? Actually, I think I prefer that one. Not that it matters. I'm going to stop playing this game just as soon as I finish recording this video anyway, so who cares? And the next video that will probably suffer will be Crusader Kings 2, because again, that is one of my least viewed series. I do want to continue with it, and I certainly will. Once some of the Civilization 6 stuff has died down, we will move and make sure that we finish off that Crusader Kings 2 series. Although, if my previous Crusader Kings 2 series are anything to go by, may well end up, you know, sort of getting a game over a couple of episodes in. It does seem to keep happening with me. My EU4 series, however, I do want to keep that going. I want to prioritise that. It is outside of the Civilization 6 content. My EU4 stuff is still my most viewed series, and you know, I do have probably equal numbers of Civilization 6 or Civilization viewers and equal numbers of EU viewers, so I do want to keep that going. Now, I did say that that was going to be a short campaign anyway, simply because the new DLC, Rights of Man, is coming out, I think it's next week. I think it's like the 10th or the 11th of October or something like that. I fully expect once that comes out, it'll probably break the current game anyway, given the fact that they're completely changing the way that non-Western tech groups work. I would like to try and get at least one more week done in that particular campaign, though, so I will try and get 5 more videos recorded this week. I've already asked Paradox for a copy of Rights of Man. I normally do get the DLCs from them, although I generally don't tend to get them pre-release, so I probably won't be able to start making Rights of Man videos until the actual release date comes along. But I don't mind that too much because, like I said, I really am concentrating on the Civilization 6 content right now. So that's basically what's going to be happening over the next week or two. There's going to be an increase in the number of Civilization 6 videos. Civilization 5 might go on hiatus for a week. So may Crusader Kings 2, but we should still keep EU4. So that's the main thing to take from that. What do I normally take here? Fertility rights. I'd also just like to once again, and I hate doing it, but I feel like I have to, mention that I do have a Patreon account, and you can find the link to that in the description below the video. If you're not sure what Patreon is, it's a way where you can support various artists, not just YouTubers and streamers, but also people who actually like produce music and make other types of videos and you know, produce any sort of content, writing, whatever. There's a huge range of artists on Patreon, and it's a worldwide site that is very, very safe. Basically, what happens is you go to that site, find an artist that you want to support, and you can choose to pledge them a small or a large amount of money every month, and that is basically allows them to you know, put that money to good use. It'll actually say on the Patreon account what they use the money for, so I've got that on my account as well. And you usually get a few little perks and bonuses as well. So, for example, anyone that pledges to me on my Patreon for the minimum amount of $1, you will get your name in the end slate that appears at the end of every video. For the slightly higher pledge amounts, you get some extra little bonuses, such as getting your name to appear in games, and there's some higher level bonuses as well, which very, very few people take, although there have been one or two. I never ask anybody to pledge any money if they can't afford to, because I know what it's like for money to be tight. I've been there myself. You know, I'm not exactly making a living from YouTube, but at the same time, I'm not starving. So, you know, I don't expect people who can't afford to give me any money to do so. But it's certainly something that's worth considering if you use AdBlock, because let's get rid of that. It's certainly worth it if you use AdBlock, because YouTube ad revenue is where the majority of my income comes from, and if you're using AdBlock, I don't receive any of that money. But it is worth noting that if you pledge for $1, even if you only pledge for a single month and give me $1 once, that's probably more money than I would get if you watched 1,000 of my videos. So, you know, every single little dollar helps. And if I'm perfectly honest, I'd prefer that people just pledged $1 than some of the larger pledges. I mean, don't get me wrong, if people want to pledge $5 and $10 and $20, which they have done in the past, I'm not going to stop them. That's absolutely fantastic, and a big thank you to all of the people that do actually support me for those sorts of numbers. But the problem is, when people pledge for $10, $15, $20, they often pledge for a month or so, and then obviously it's quite a lot of money that's going out. They then cancel. The people that pledge to me for a single dollar, not many people miss $1 a month, and that tends to stay ongoing. It's also really heartbreaking to me when someone who's been pledging $20 suddenly cancels their pledge, and then, you know, I lose 20% of what I'm actually gaining through Patreon. So, yeah, it's worth having a look. You don't have to pledge, but go and take a look at the site, and by all means have a look around and see if there's any other artists on there that you would like to support. I don't really like having to advertise it, despite the fact that I have done a few videos where I have, and the reason for that is I generally very rarely get new Patreons unless I mention that I have a Patreon account. Usually when I mention that I have one, I will get a couple of new Patreons within a few days, which will usually bump up the amount that I'm making from Patreon significantly. But then over the course of a month or two, because I usually think, well, okay, I've got some more Patreons, I'm not going to push it now. And then over the course of the next couple of months, I will lose as many again, and I'll be back down to where I was. So I'm really, really struggling to break through that $100 barrier that I'd love to be able to get through. And there's several things that I want to be able to do with that Patreon money. You may notice that the artwork on my channel is pretty bad. The end slate is terrible. It's something that I threw together myself. My thumbnails, while I've tried to make them consistent, they're by no means fantastic. My channel banner is absolutely terrible. Again, it's something that I cobbled together in Photoshop. My avatar that I use for my channel is actually the unstable voltage god character in the Chaos Reborn game. And yeah, I do have, it's actually Snapshot Games that holds the copyright on that image, but that is an image that was created specifically for me. That is my avatar created in an actual video game. So that's the reason that I'm using that. But of course, it doesn't really fit in with the theme of the channel and the rest of the stuff that's going on. So I would love to be able to use some money to actually commission an artist to do some of that artwork for me. But at the moment, it just, I wouldn't break even. If I paid someone to do the work for me, I'd probably be out of pocket. Also, you know, I still do have to buy games. There are some cases where I do actually get stuff for free, and I've mentioned Paradox before. They usually give me the DLCs for games like EU4, and that doesn't cost me a jot. But certainly things like Civilization 6 here, even though I'm actually playing a press release version of Civ 6, this version will stop working when the game gets released, and I will have to buy a retail copy. So I'm still going to have to go and buy Civilization 6, and it probably will eventually pay for itself in ad revenue alone, but it will take quite a bit of time to get there. And you know, it's like all of the Civilization 5 stuff that I've made. I bought Civilization 5. Actually, that's not true. I got Civilization 5 for free when I bought XCOM 2. No, XCOM 1, sorry. I bought XCOM 1, got Civilization 5 for free. But I've brought Gods and Kings, I bought Brave New World, I've brought all of the DLCs for Civilization 5 out of my own pocket. And a vast majority of the games that you will see on my channel are games that I have bought. There's very few where I actually ever get given keys for. So it does cost quite a bit of money to do. And I'm not even entirely certain what I'm doing here. Building a campus, yes, certainly. Let's go ahead and do that. So, yeah, that's my Patreon, and that's about it, really. I've rambled on for 20 minutes, but that pretty much sums it up. So, a couple of new milestones coming up. Civilization 6, absolutely fantastic. Definitely going to be making more content of that. Current regular series may suffer slightly over the next week or two, but I'll try and get them all out if possible. If I can't get them all out, they will still continue, but there will be a little bit of a delay on them. And then finally my Patreon account, and I'd very much appreciate if people would be willing to check that out for me. One other quick mention as well. I do have an affiliate link in the description for Green Man Gaming. Green Man Gaming is a UK-based key reseller site. They're not one of these dodgy ones like G2A that use grey market keys and keys from other regions. They are an official partner with Steam. They are an official partner with various other retailers, so they don't just do Steam keys. You can get keys for Origin and keys for Uplay if you're buying Ubisoft games and EA games and stuff like that. Normally, if you pre-order from them, you do get the key before or on release day. I've never had a problem with them myself. I tend to buy a lot of my games through them because they generally tend to be cheaper than Steam. And a good example of that at the moment is if you go on there and you want to buy Civilization 6, you can pre-order it, whether it's the standard edition or the deluxe edition. They've got 22% off, which is quite considerable. When you think that the standard edition of the game is about $60 or something like that, and the deluxe edition is about $80. So 20% off is quite considerable. It used to be that if you wanted to get the discount, you had to have a voucher code, which I used to have a 20% off voucher code for people. I don't have that anymore. They've changed the way the site works. So basically what happens now is you just need to create an account. If you log in with your account, you will see all of the reduced prices. But please do visit their site using my affiliate link, because if you do go and buy anything from them having clicked my link, it will cost exactly the same amount of money for you, but I will get a tiny little bit of commission. And if you think I'm making a fortune from it, we're talking about 2%. So, you know, if you go ahead and spend $50, I get $2. So it's not exactly going to make me rich, but every little bit helps. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and thank you all for your continued support. Those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much for continuing to watch the content that I put out. For those people who may be new to the channel because you've just stumbled across this because you are looking for Civ 6 content, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming on the channel. There's also some old Civ 5 content as well. Please look around. Please do consider subscribing, and consider giving some of those videos a like as well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.